people who can fall asleep within 8 seconds of their head hitting their pillow. How the fuck do you fall asleep within 8 seconds of your head hitting your pillow? My brother is one of these people, and I asked him this recently. The trick is a clean conscience. I got nothing to think about. Me. How do you not think about anything? I don't know. I just stop thinking. He's 16. I have created an imaginary world in my head that I only visit when I am in bed and going to sleep. My mind associates those places and characters and narratives with sleep. Edit. How wonderful to wake up and discover that this comment went bananas. So cool to see so many people with awesome imaginations. Makes me so happy. My friend does this. We'll be playing video games, then he'll suddenly be tired and good night. Literal seconds later I can hear him snoring in his room. You can't think. Don't think of anything real or about falling asleep. Once you do, you'll never go to sleep. Best trick I've found when I don't fall asleep easy is to put myself in a move. Like imagine yourself walking through the gates of Hogwarts. What happens next? All up to you, and just let your imagination flow. Eventually you'll fall asleep without realizing it. You can't think. Don't think of anything real or about falling asleep. Once you do, you'll never go to sleep. Best trick I've found when I don't fall asleep easy is to put myself in a move. Like imagine yourself walking through the gates of Hogwarts. What happens next? All up to you, and just let your imagination flow. Eventually you'll fall asleep without realizing it. I use a meditation method I learned in a yoga class. Lay flat on your back, take deep breaths through your nose. As you exhale, mental relax each muscle group starting with your face and working down to your toes. Try to imagine exhaling through your muscles and out through your toes. Imagine your body slowly melting into your bed. This usually takes about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Next, imagine as vivid as possible a river. It helps if you use one from memory. I personally use a combination of a river wild move and memories from a family trip to the Green River. Imagine yourself walking out to the middle of a river. Let yourself get lost in the flow around you. Try to imagine and stray thoughts as floating to you on the river. As you think of things, set them in the water and watch them float away. This process without fail gets me to sleep within 10 minutes if I am having trouble sleeping. But like Ralph Wiggum, sleep is where I am a Viking. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Sorry for my abysmal Simpsons knowledge. I think I real just wanted Ralph to be an amazing genius who kills people in space and commits genocide. I am a firefighter, and my one partner says what he likes least about me is my ability to fall asleep so fast after returning from a call. It helps to be physically tired. Much easier to fall asleep when your body has been engaged in physical activity during the day. I try to lay perfectly still, and not allow myself to scratch my nose if it itches, for example. I just ignore the itch, and next thing I know, it's time to get up. I just discovered that there are people with an inner monologue, and this voice in their head allows them to have silent discussions, and worry about decisions, and whatnot. I don't have this. I don't have any voices talking to me. My preference is also to listen to a documentary on YouTube or Netflix. I set my timer on my phone to stop playing after 20 minutes and rarely stay awake till the end. I am very well versed on the first 10 minutes of WW2. For me it was a learned skill, thank you US Army. They pushed me to work from reveal to taps. And only allowed for 5-6 hours of sleep, and I need 7-8. I wore an alarm watch. And break during the day. Oh, I have 25 minutes. Set alarm watch, prop against a tree, or lay down anywhere I could, I am asleep. My wife is still amazed at how I do it. Man, I have insomnia, and none of this shit works. I always laugh at the responses to these, because most of them are a chicken or the egg situation. Insomniacs don't have trouble sleeping because they look at screen before falling asleep. We look at screen in bed because we know how miserable it is to literally lay in a pitch black room with nothing but white noise for 7 straight hours and never fall asleep. We don't have a schedule because of our insomnia. We don't have insomnia because we don't have a schedule. We work out at night because we spend the morning still trying to fall asleep. When we work out in the morning, it means we don't sleep at all for 48 plus hours. We have tried. Just don't think about anything. We've tried no screens. We've tried relaxing voices/sounds/podcasts. We've tried meditation. We've Googled every possible thing to learn how to fall asleep. We've tried whatever bullshit herb or sleep aid is popular this week. That shit just doesn't work. It's not our faults. Our brains are just idiots. Man, I have insomnia and none of this shit works. This is literal me. My husband is just the reverse. The main differences I observe between the two of us. I am a doer, he is a thinker. Worrying about stuff keeps him up at night, whereas I go to bed with the reassurance I've done all I can do that day, and sir. He brings his phone to bed and browses Reddit. I am strict no screens an hour before bed. Other than bringing the phone to bed, he has no routine. By about 9:30, I am winding down with my skincare routine, washing up, making a hot drink, and then in bed with a book by 10:15 at the latest. Since I am the high-energy person in the relationship, I am moving and doing things all the time, get home from work, cooking, have dinner, work out, do some laundry, read before bed. I am pretty physically tired/drained by the time I hit the pillow. My husband runs at what seems to be a consistent lower energy level, like low enough that he needs a lot of downtime, usually in front of screens, to recharge, but high enough that he doesn't sleep well. My husband and I are the same way in that I fall asleep instantly, and he tosses and turns for an hour or so. Sometimes he even gets back up and goes out to the living room because he can't get comfortable. That is such a foreign concept to me. Once I am in bed, I am out like a light. But then again, I can fall asleep anywhere. I am more of a thinker though. By the time I get to bed, I've thought myself tired. Then I pass out. I actually can now usually fall asleep within a few minutes of going to bed, but if not I play a little mind game. Body scanning is a solid one. Just imagine a ray of sunlight slowly going over you from your toes to your head, and relax your muscles as the sunlight goes over them. I hope that makes sense. There's a lot of guided meditations on YouTube that can walk you through it. I also pick a category and try to name one thing in that category for every letter of the alphabet. X fruits, apple, banana, cantaloupe, z. And finally I sometimes imagine walking down to the beach near my house and taking a nap there, although I rarely make it far enough to take a nap now. None of this stuff works right away, but even one can make a huge difference with some commitment, so just give it a bit of time. Edit to add. Keep your room cold! This one actually worked for me a bit more quick because I have issues with nightmares, to the point where my husband literally can calm me down in his sleep, and I saw a major correlation between that and the heat of my room. I switched from a duvet that had me waking up drenched in sweat to a weighted blanket with a bamboo cover that manages to not trap my body heat. Apparently hot showers before bed and wearing warm socks can also help you cool down as your body tries to self-regulate or something. I had to train myself to sleep fast. I went from taking HRS upon HRS to fall asleep, but now if I say I'm going to bed I'll be asleep, for you can say, okay, which can sometimes be a bad thing, haha. Start by turning off all electronics you are using, lay down, close your eyes, and no matter what do not open them till morning. At first it's painful because you lay with your eyes shut for hours in boredom, but after a few weeks of doing this every night your body gets trained into falling asleep faster and faster. It's basically breaking the habit of not being able to fall asleep. Hope this helps you sleep better. Stay awake until you fall asleep in the couch, then groggy walk to the bed when you inevitably wake up. I'm a lifelong insomniac, but my sister could fall asleep on her way to the pillow and sleep through the car going over train tracks. I wake up if a mouse farts across the street. I never got it. I'm a lifelong insomniac, but my sister could fall asleep on her way to the pillow and sleep through the car going over train tracks. I wake up if a mouse farts across the street. I never got it.